So I'm Allison Miller, and I'm with Research Communications in the Research and Communications Office.
I'm Chris Yankee. I'm the Research Communications Director for the Research and Innovation Office here at CU Bulletin. The innovation that we're here to talk about today is we launched a new communication strategy to communicate with the research community, so it's a lot of different faculty members as well as staff people. And it's primarily through two different channels of Bulletin, a bi-weekly e-newsletter called the Rio Bulletin. And then also we have another channel that's for time-sensitive late breaking opportunities. And so what we've tried to do is combine a whole bunch of different communication streams into just these couple of streams to really limit and make more efficient the number of emails that are going around on campus and reduce administrative burden.
Yeah, and also ensure that the right people are getting these announcements that are pretty essential, because previously, because of that administrative burden on directors and deans and faculty directors and such, the people that these funding opportunities were actually targeted to didn't get notified about them and potentially missed out on great funding projects and awards.
Well, we just did our first edition about a month ago, and we just did the second version about a week ago, and we're working on the third. So it's only been about 6 weeks. The results have been really sort of beyond our expectations.
Yes. So in terms of analytics, we've been looking at the impact on our website. It's encouraged people already after just the first 2 or 3 emails to actually explore those sections of the site. We're using the university ecom tools to actually send all of these emails. So Marketing Cloud, Salesforce, and even Cvent, we're using that integrated to get new subscriptions automatically plugged into Salesforce. And so we're using that to track the metrics of every single email and see which opportunities are the most popular, which workshops are the most popular, what people are clicking on.
Our first email almost hit 50% for the open rate, which is actually incredibly good. Even if we had hit maybe 35 or 40, we would have been ecstatic. And our second one was over 45%. And then we're also seeing corresponding growth in specific web pages where the places that are most prominent in the bulletin. So it's things like specific funding opportunities, workshops to help people be more successful in submitting proposals and things like that. Those kinds of stats are actually pretty hard to build. And we were talking about how we're mailing to about 10,000. We sent out about 10,000 emails, about 5,000 each of those two, and we only got one unsubscribe, which is also quite incredible, because those are people that actually almost none of them have been hearing from us almost at all. We've increased our ability to tell what's happening and to improve it and to kind of gauge what people around campus need and what they value from us so much more than we ever could.
So really the great thing about it is that there is no need for other departments to duplicate this, because we're communicating with them all at the same time. Other campuses might duplicate it, which would be great if we can set that standard and make it easy and have kind of a template for how to do it going forward.
We're actually inviting people across campus to actually provide us content for it. So the content doesn't solely belong to us in our office. A lot of it comes from our office, but we actually in our first couple of newsletters have already gotten at least a handful of pieces that go in that are actually coming from other communicators. And so that's the part I'm actually most excited about, because we're actually bringing people together. I started in this role for Rio as the first time we had communications in the Research and Innovation Office almost exactly a year ago. And so from the first week that I was there, it was clear that this was a gap and something that we needed, but there were definitely challenges that were hard to overcome. It took probably 3 or 4 months for some of those challenges. One was adding Allison to the team was one of them actually that was really helpful. And the other was the Salesforce tool that they were encouraging us to use on campus was actually just starting to roll out. And so that was one of the things that we're actually really excited about, is saying, the campus, they've invested in these tools. And so our investment was really in the time figuring out how to sort of cobble them together in a way that's sort of elegant and streamlined from the outside.
I want to say from the time I heard about it to the time we actually started working on it in mid-January, then we launched on March 31st. It was a pretty tight turnaround. Once we had the all clear, they all came together pretty quickly.
No, we haven't much thought about that. The only thing that we could think of really was that we'd probably do something for Rio for our department, because we did feel like there are contributions from everybody that were part of this. But